get my food stamps to the 7th.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
So I'm going to weigh in on this whole he only bought McDonald's for his kid and not the other's situation, primarily because it's got to be at least the 10th video I've seen on my For You page of adults having a really unhealthy dynamic and letting it bleed into impacting innocent children. For one, neither of those people are incorrect. On one hand, he is only responsible for the health and safety of his own kid. And to my knowledge, he and the woman involved are no longer in a committed relationship, so whatever problems she's going through are not his problem. On the other hand, as adults, we are fully aware of, and she is fully correct in, the fact that one kid has food and the others don't is going to make the kids feel a certain type of way, and assuming he could afford to feed all of them but just chose not to is a bit petty, given the fact that there are other kids present. But that's how people are when they no longer like each other. Petty. Mean. Immature, etc. Don't believe me? Have a conversation with someone who practices family law. Which brings me to my actual point. And I say this next part fully aware that it is, what is the phrase? Spitting into the wind? Because A, not only will this not reach the people who need to hear it or are self-aware enough to practice it, but B, it is also not morally or tangibly enforceable in any way by any entity outside of ourselves. But please stop having children if you're not mature enough for children. Mature doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It doesn't mean you never get upset. It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you have principles and logic guiding your decisions and are able to progress past merely reacting to life situations based on emotion. Emotions that might guide you to have, I don't know, incredibly intense moments in front of children who aren't old enough to comprehend what's actually occurring. Here's a thought experiment. Are y'all ready to do this if your relationship doesn't work out? 'Cause I'm not. I would have had my nanny's nanny do that drop off. And before y'all start, I'm not saying this is the example to set in terms of how to have a romantic relationship or anything of that nature. Focus on the point. Regardless of what we do or don't like about the dynamics of that family, one thing we've never seen those children see is their parents throwing violent words or violent hands. Yet I'm seeing videos of y'all throwing hands at the family soccer game in the shopping mall. Please stop having kids if you're not married. Ooh, I know that one made you angry. The last one didn't apply, but this one made you angry. Look, I'll keep it short and sweet. I don't care what delusions you fed yourself about marriage just being a piece of paper. What it is an insurance policy for both parties. And I'm gonna need y'all to double it up with a prenuptial agreement filled with clauses about what happens if your partner cheats, spousal support in the event of divorce. Oh! And what do you know? Provisions for providing for other children from previous relationships. Stop having kids if you're going to weaponize them against your partner. Stop having kids if they're there to fill some emotional void in your life or emotionally support you. The adult. And I know this video has been very stop having kids focused instead of pick better partners focused, and that's for two reasons. The first is, the kids are who are most impacted by these horrendous dynamics that y'all are proudly showing on social media. And also probably hiding within your homes. But for two, at the end of the day, even the best partner can turn into a bad one when they don't like you anymore. And at the end of the day, most people are going to operate out of obligation or self-interest, i.e. going back to the video of the original woman in the McDonald's situation. Yes, a man will be willing to sleep with you and still feel no want, need, or obligation to take care of you, your kids, or even be nice to you. Much like a woman will allow a man to continuously take her out to dinner and pay her bills as if she's interested in him, knowing full and well she's not. But that's what we have to spend the time preparing for. The contracts are never for when things are good. Everybody's fine when things are good. Everybody's generous. Everyone gives leeway. Everybody do whatever you want. No, I'll do everybody's good when everything's good. We prepare for when things aren't good anymore and hope the preparation wasn't necessary. Because that's when the preparation matters. That's when the details matter. That's when the fine print matters. That's when the marriage license matters. That's when the prenuptial agreement matters. That's when the emotional maturity of your partner matters. When things aren't good anymore. That's how you try to avoid traumatizing your kids, and that's how you better navigate situations that go viral for all the wrong reasons every day on this app.